Welcome to Crappens. Don't wait a week for a new video. Join our Patreon at the Crappens On Demand level for instant recap access. Link in description. Enjoy the show. Well, hello and welcome to What's What Crappens, the podcast for all that crappy love to talk about on your bravs. I'm Ronnie. That's Ben over there. Hi, Ben.
Hi, how are you?
You know what? Great, honestly.
Good. Love to hear it.
It's just like return to old school Real Housewives of New York, which has been a long time for us. It's the beginning of Real Housewives of New York Legacy, starring Ronnie and Ben. Welcome to the show, everybody. Thanks for being here. Welcome back, Legacy, and welcome back to people who only listen to that show. Don't know what the hell you're thinking, but welcome back to you. We've missed you. Ben, what are you cooking today? What are you making?
What am I cooking?
Good looking? Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you like to know? Because I'm sorry, you haven't been in my kitchen for 8 years. What's cooking?
Bagels
I'm
don't
happy.
hang out with Wonder
Muffins.
Bread. How about that? So you better get the crumbs of your Wonder Bread, and you better put peanut butter on them, and you better back the fuck up with your peanut butter. You got it, Bread?
What's cooking is a whole vat of enthusiasm because I was really happy with this first episode. But of course, we knew it was going to be good because this is a time-tested group. Luann, Dorinda, Ramona, and Sonia, the four of them, they have really like an uncanny ability to generate a huge amount of entertainment despite like you can have a Kelly, you can have a Kristen, you plug and play other people, you're always going to get some good stuff out of it. And it was great. It was great seeing this show. It's just hilarious. This is such a natural rapport. It is there. I was very, very delighted by this first episode, especially because honestly, I didn't really like the last girls trip. I felt like the chemistry was very off on the last girls trip, and it didn't really do much for me. But this one felt really, really good. What did you think?
Well, one of the things in the last girls' trip that kind of hurt the last RHONY legacy was Leah. So it's not weird. So this one is without Leah and a lot funnier. It was very much a things that don't change episode. It feels like it's been 10 years since that show's been on. It has not.
Yeah.
It has been a year and a half or something. It hasn't really been that
I know.
long.
They really are waxing all poetic,
like
wow, we're back together. Yeah, but it's not been that long. Yeah.
Especially for them, because they shot this a long time ago. But it is not that long. It does seem like, wow, people really never change. I mean, Ramona does the old Bravo. It's, you know what? It's me part two. This is a very different version of me that you're going to get today, okay? Yeah, I'm a good person now. And Dorinda comes back. You would think that Dorinda would come back like, you know what? I'm going to be less of a wasted idiot because I just get so much criticism and I got put on pause or whatever. Nope. Nobody's learned a goddamn thing. And it's kind of refreshing.
Yeah, I think it's been really, really good. And like for a moment, I was convinced that Kelly seems much more lucid. And so for a moment I thought like, wow, she really has grown and she's like pretty chill and like normal these days. But she still is kind of I'm up here, you're down here kind of lady. Like she still has that. And then you have Kristen, who I've always felt like Kristen was a better housewife than people gave her credit for. And I think I still believe that. Like she still has, her whole thing is she's kind of like a brat, but like she steps into this show and she just has no problem just going right up against Dorinda. And I actually have to kind of admire that. There's like a fearlessness. She just goes and Dorinda scowls at her and Kristen's like, okay, I'm going to tangle with you. You know, that's like, I don't know. I think it's so far the episode's been really great. Good chemistry.
Well, Kristen has never really been afraid. I mean, Kristen went up against Bethany Frankel. Kristen is always very good for like a, how could you? Why are you talking to me like this? Like, she's always been kind of good for that. I think especially 8 years of just having, you know, Josh and her kids to talk to and still watching Housewives and all that stuff, obviously. You know, I'm sure she's filled with a lot of, well, I would have. And now you get the chance. And it's like, you know, I'm not going to take anybody's crap today. and she still just looks like it's still kind of sad every single time. You're like, this girl is just never gonna win. Like, there's no winning.
She won't.
You can't do it, Kristen. You were not born to win this game, okay? So just enjoy getting tossed around in the wind.
She also has the Leah thing, which is that I think there's something about these women that causes her to regress towards like a teenager a little bit. So she gets a little impetulant. And I'm sure she has an axe to grind because I think we all kind of felt like Bethany iced her off of the show. When Bethany came back, I think Kristen had 2 seasons maybe. And when her first season was fine. And then when Bethany came back, like she just like would not interact with Kristen. It just felt like she was really icing her out. She really didn't like this like hot younger woman. And like Kristen, I have a memory of Kristen trying to like actually have conversations or scenes and her just like not being invited to things or not being welcome in a sense. And it was like very clear to me that
like, Bethany, I feel like you're putting me in a box, Bethany. It's
yeah,
like,
putting me in a box.
I don't know you're putting. What is this box? What are you talking about? Why are you here right now? I don't understand. You're in a box? Like, what is this? This girl's in a box. Someone get her out of a box. Like, what? What are you talking about? Put it back in the box. Take it back. I don't even know what you're talking about. No.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, I mean, she
pretended
basically and then
she didn't know what putting me in a box meant.
yeah, and then I think she kind of was like her whole vibe was like this girl. She's like complains, like whatever. So I think that Kristen is coming in also to kind of be like, I have some stuff I want to say, or I have feelings about things, but I don't know. Either way.
Well, another super interesting thing about Kristen casting is that Kristen was cast in the first reboot of New York, because New York has always been the boldest one about rebooting. They fired everybody except for Luann and Ramona, right, as friends of. But then they brought in all the new people: Heather, Kristen, Aviva, Carol. They brought in the whole new cast, but then just had the other wait, was it Luann?
I think it was Ramona I think Ramona and Sonia were the only ones brought back, and Luann was demoted to friend of in season 5.
Okay, she was brought back as a friend of, but they mostly had this new cast. So that was the first time they axed the whole show. And I remember back then, because we covered all those episodes, and I remember back then thinking, oh my God. I remember saying, like, this is just bullshit. I can't believe they would do this. This sucks. And then that turned out to be some of the most classic episodes ever. I mean, the new cast ended up, like, once they got warmed up and everything, they did a great job, I thought. And so now here we are, another reboot, and here's Kristen. They bring back Kristen.
Yeah, all this stuff, the pirate stuff, the Aviva, it's like you're both white trash, quite frankly, calm down. That was all from the reboot season, which I also remember that season starting off a little shaky and then it like found its way and became really good. But yeah, I think Kristen came in the season after the reboot, and then she was there the season after, and then she was I think she had 2 seasons. I don't think she had 3 seasons. I think she just had 2 seasons, and then they brought Bethany in on her second season, and they may have brought Dorinda in too. And I don't know. Doesn't matter. But either way, the point is just, it's hard. You cannot, like, to get chemistry like this with cast members is a special thing. Even if some of the people are terrible, terrible people. So shall we dive in?
Yes, let's get into it. So one thing that also returned, which I love, is the old school Real Housewives of New York music. The synthesizer ripoff of Sex and the City music. Yeah. I love this music. I'm just so glad to hear this Casio keyboard back in my life.
So good. I love it. The sort of like the vibraphone sound, like the synthesizer vibraphone. So Luann's putting on some pearls and she's like, did I hear the door? And in walks Sonia and they're saying hi and everything. And she's like, oh, you look so cute in pink, Sonia-Rita. And she's like, oh yeah, well, I always dress for the girls and I undress for the guys. Ha! So, you're right about that.
I'm so sorry. I'm looking up Kristen Takeman because I want to see this casting, because you're like, it doesn't really matter, and I'm like, it does matter. It does matter. When was she here? What season did she come in on? You have such a better memory than me. She came in on season 6. You're right. I thought she came in with all the other ladies. That's crazy.
No, season
and
5
you're also
was
right
Aviva,
that she
Heather,
only
and
had
Carol.
Yeah, you're right that she only had a couple seasons too. That's nuts.
Was
I
it
thought
just
she
two
had, like,
seasons, right?
3. Yeah.
She had
it was-
3.
you know
Okay,
what?
she did have. She
No,
had 3
no,
seasons.
no. She had 6 and 7. Oh, is
Right.
this right?
And did Dorinda come in on 7 or did Dorinda come
This
in
is
on
hard
6
to read,
with her?
honestly.
Did Dorinda come in on
I need
6
like
or
a
7?
ruler to hold this up because it's like one of those Wikipedia charts, and I'm
Yeah.
I
I know.
can't follow the
I'm coming.
lines.
I'm joining. I'm coming to join.
I'm giving Dorinda shit for drinking too much. I cannot follow the lines on a wiki chart. Yeah, she was in season 6 and 7. I'm literally holding up my phone to be my ruler, you guys. This
And
is sad.
Dorinda came in on season 7, which is the same season that Bethany came back. So I think it was too much. Like I think that Kristen Takeman between that was a large cast. That was a large cast, and between Dorinda and Bethany coming back, although Aviva had left that season, but yeah, too much for her to handle.
Well, she
got
left
lost in the
after
shuffle.
Kristen's first season, right? That's what this
Right,
says.
Aviva did, and yeah, so
Okay.
Yeah.
So yes. So these two who we just watched in their spin-off show, Crappy Island or Crappy Lake.
Lake.
Welcome to Crappy Lake, are back doing their whole shtick, you know. They're like, oh my God, hope we get some dick in St. Bart's. God, I hope there's some good-looking guys there. She's like, yeah, there's always some of the fucking St. Bart's. We need hot guys, as Ramona would say. What'd she say? I need hot guys. I need hot guys.
and then it cuts to Ramona packing. She's like, "Whoa, where's my phone? There it is. Oh my God, let me make a call, okay? I'm gonna call Dorinda." So she calls Dorinda.
Rinda
Who's up in the Berkshires.
refamiliarizing herself with the art of beginning a scene. Whoa, look at me packing my suitcase. You know what? I need to find my phone because I want to make a call on it. Okay?
I'm going to use my finger to press numbers because I'm going to call. What you do is you make a phone call, okay? So she calls up Dorinda, who's like, "Hey, girl, oh my God, you look so pretty." And she's like, "Yeah, well, you know what? I'm packing because I'm going on a trip with you. Because guess what? I'm on the phone with you because I'm calling you and I'm going on a trip, okay?"
She's like, well, you know what? My favorite place is St. Bart's, okay? Look, what could possibly go wrong at St. Bart's? Now they're going to cut to a cue of me yelling, take a Xanax, okay? Ramona, you don't have to tell us that part. You know what? What if you forget? I'm just saying, that's it.
She's a very literal scene setter-upper. So of course we see Aviva flashback. Aviva saying, "My husband just did an amazing thing. Take a Xanax. Take a Xanax. Calm down."
So Ramona's like, yeah, you know what? It's going to be me. It's going to be you. It's going to be Sonia. You know what? Kelly's always smiling. And then there's that girl, Caitlin. Okay, that's not a name. Not Caitlin. I don't know a name. You know what? Katie.
Rebecca.
Caroline.
Marissa?
You know, yeah. Becky. It's a Becky.
Florence.
Jennifer.
No, her name is Stephanie. Stephanie. I know that
Cantaloupe.
for sure.
Cantaloupe.
Stephanie. Who? Cantaloupe. Doorway. Doorway is gonna come join us. Okay.
Saltillo Tile. That's it. It's the name.
Armadillo. You know what? The person who's joining us is Settlers of Catan, okay?
You don't even remember Kristen. You don't remember. She, you know what? I do remember Kristen. Don't say that, okay? You know, I think she grew up a lot. She's like, yeah, you didn't remember her. And then we see a clip, a headline from Reality T saying Ramona Singer genuinely forgot who Kristen Takeman was before New York Legacy cast announcement. She's like, you know what, Dorinda? Don't start, okay? Because I absolutely remembered her. So change the subject right now, Dorinda. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to take this right now.
You know what? I totally remember her. She was like blonde brunette, like 5 foot, 6 foot, somewhere like that. She had 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 eyes, 1 nose, and 1 mouth, okay?
Okay, I was just joking. Goodbye, Dorinda. And she just hangs up on her. So then we go back to Sonia and Lou, and they're talking about Kristen coming. And then we go to Kristen and Josh, who have moved to L.A.
Calabasas.
Josh, wow. Josh has, I don't know how to really describe Josh. I would say from the hairline up, he looks like a Ken doll. And then from there on down, he's kind of like Milton Berle in a funhouse mirror. What do you think?
I think he looks like the sort of person whose shit was put out there by Ashley Madison, and he narrowly avoided being part of a much larger scandal. And now he's appearing on TV for the first time since then, and is just trying very carefully to modulate himself and make sure the audience has forgotten all of that. He just sort of has this fear in his eyes, like, I'm just gonna be really supportive, and we can also forget my fedora phase on this show. We should do that too. He did have a terrible fedora phase. Yeah.
Yeah, he is doing a like, ha ha, hello, Kristen. I'm such a nice husband. Wow. So I'm so supportive of whatever you would like to do, hon. And my note, she says, do you like this, Josh? And he goes, is that a skirt? You see, you can try to pretend you're nice all you want to, but really, you don't know what a skirt is, Josh. You're just talk about a fucking gaslighter. My God, what is that? A skirt? No, Josh.
What are
it's
the
an
odds?
Elephant. The fuck do you think it is, Josh?
She goes, what are the odds of me going to St. Bart's with all these women after we were just there? I mean, can you imagine? It's literally been almost 8 years. Can you believe that? And he's like, yeah, I can't wait. And they're not going to ask about Ashley Madison, are they? Like, I'm really excited for you, but they're not going to ask, right? Right.
And Kristen is telling us, I mean, people are going to be like, who's this Kristen girl? It's been so long. I barely remember anything that's happened, which we find out later is a complete lie. She remembers every single second, and she has studied up every line that's ever been uttered on all of these shows.
Yeah, she's like, I'm a completely different person. You know, I used to be a blonde lady who looked like she was from a J. Crew catalog, and now I'm just a blonde lady who looks like she's from a J. Crew catalog. Listen, we moved out of Manhattan to the suburbs, but the suburbs happen to be the suburbs of Los Angeles. It was either that or the West Side, and I was like, no way, we're gonna move to just a different, insufferable neighborhood instead.
We found the only pocket of Los Angeles that thankfully doesn't have the internet. So I've kept my husband. That's going really well.
So Kristen, her kids are now teenagers, which is weird. Like the daughter is 11 and the son is 15. And he also has Gen Z hair, which is like bleach blonde hair with black stars in it, which is like great. I personally would never choose to have my hair look kind of like a soccer ball because I don't like errant feet coming towards it, but I support this kid in his artistic expression.
Speaking of black stars, here she is. Happy birthday to you. So Diana Ross wig.
Yes, I got the reference. So So Kristen's asking her son, like, what's going to happen when your hair is gone? And he's saying, like, he's going to have black spots and everything. And she just tells us, oh, this is actually really annoying. She goes, yeah, since you've seen me last, I've pretty much just been a mom. I call it momming really hard.
Not that there's a very famous podcast / YouTube show called Mom So Hard, which is fantastic. Go check it out. Love you, Jen Smedley. Hope you're great. Sonia and Luann, Sonia's like, oh my God, I bump into some of those people on social. I saw Kelly there on social media, on the internet. And Luann's like, oh gosh, well, I wasn't on Scary Island, so I don't remember any of that stuff because I wasn't there. So what's there to remember? Am I right, girls?
And so we see all the great flashbacks to Scary Island. We see all the clips. We all know them, all the clips. By the way, half this show is clips. This is sort of like a clip show. So Sonia's like, well, you know, let's just like make her feel comfortable so she won't go off the deep end. And, you know, I'm like, well, in case you didn't remember last time, she was pretty comfortable and still went off the deep end. So good luck. Good luck with that.
You know, it's just like some of these people, they're like Kelly. They just can't let go of the past. You know what I mean? You can say one thing to them and they'll never forget them. Oh my God, I miss being Mrs. Citibank. Please.
Well, you know, Kelly and I are friends. I mean, we were never close friends, but she's the sweetest, nicest woman. And, you know, but she's more of a boys kind of girl. Kind of one of those non-cabaret listening, rejecting my autograph kind of girl. What I'm trying to say is she's a total bitch.
So then Kelly is with her daughter, who's, well, one of her daughters, who's all grown up and freaking gorgeous. And she's like, when I was on the OG New York back in the Ice Age, that was like totally different. Like I was just like a single mom, and now I'm like, I have like this booming real estate career. My kids are all grown up. My real estate career is boom. Have you seen it? It's booming. It's huge. It's giant. Have you seen? I mean, we've all seen it. I'm talking to the New York audience, but my God, this real estate career. Kelly is the only person, still to this day, I've ever seen put herself in all of the ads of the home she's selling. She'll be like, "Here's the living room," and she's like posing in the living room, like with like a leg in the air, like a carefree.
Kelly, I mean, look, this is the lady who went jogging down Fifth Avenue in the middle, or Park Avenue, or one of the big avenues in the middle lane with a taxi behind her. So she's not afraid to insert herself in places that are not traditional spaces for humans. So Kelly is like, what if this is like Scary Island 2.0? I mean, although I've seen a lot of the women, over the years, like I haven't spent quality time with them, and like I just you never know with them. So she's like nervous.
God, I love Kelly being the one who's scared of a repeat of Scary Island. You were the scary one, okay? It's like Michael being like, "Uh-oh, guys, here we go again. Are you? I hope this isn't scary again." It's like, this is Halloween. Wait, Michael's Halloween, right? Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Michael Darby, and I was like, I'm listening. Oh my God, I just groped someone. I hope I don't grope another person.
Yeah,
well, to be fair,
you are the groper, sir.
Kelly does not have Bethany Frankel on this trip, and Bethany did trigger Kelly by delivering her a bag of skinny girl swag. Remember, because Kelly called her friend and was like,
Yes.
"It's just like weird. It's just like weird. Like she brought like a bag of like her stuff. It's like weird right now."
She's like stalking me. It's like so weird to be like stalked like that. Like I've never had clip art delivered to my door on canvas like that. I mean, it was like terrifying.
By the way, later it just occurred to me later on the what Kelly says about calling Kristen a fan. That is so reminiscent of the Scary Island fight where Kelly was insisting that Bethany was merely a cook, not a chef. It is literally like that is so Kelly's thing.
So they're all arriving at the airport. Ramona is just being Ramona on her selfie cam, like, "Whoa, you know what? Look at me. I'm going on a trip. Very excited. I'd like to dedicate this to Donald Trump Jr. You know what? Because why not? Love you. Call me."
Ramona does like a little song and then tries to do the TikTok transition thing. She goes, "I'm here, I'm ready, so go get ready." And then she puts her hand on like the lens to do like, she's so used to doing the stupid thing where you put the hand on the lens and then when you take the hand off, you're in a different location. Which again, it still cracks me up that for as far as we have come with video and video technology and personal video technology, that people still revert to the same shit that they did in the 80s when they got a camcorder, which is like, I'm going to press the pause button and I'm going to step out of frame and I'm going to hit the pause button again. Oh my God, I disappeared on the video.
Well, it's TikTok, then. It's called art. Okay?
Yeah.
So Sonia's like telling her camera. She's on the plane, so she's telling her phone camera or whatever. She's like, "Wow, here I am. This is really great because I've just been empty nesting." Sonia, you're.
She
I don't
means
think it's called
watching
empty nesting at
reruns
this
of
point.
Empty Nest. She's just been watching that Dinah Manoff and Christy McNichol. Great chemistry. Not so sure about Richard Mulligan, but if he were alive, I definitely would have fucked him by now.
So
There's also the shot.
So they get on this.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you didn't actually finish what you were trying to say about Sonia.
I was just continuing the notes. It was nothing. It was nothing groundbreaking.
Wait, we also have to acknowledge the shot of Dorinda sitting on her luggage, swirling around at the airport.
Yeah, Dorinda is doing that thing where she's, "Look at me. Everyone forgets I'm just happy-go-lucky Dorinda. Nothing bothers me. Look at me. I'm just rolling around in a suitcase having a good time." This is so fun to see all these girls again. You know what this... time is going to be left or right for him. You want to dig in my goddamn ear? I'll tell you who's about to land. You, on your fucking face. So if someone needs to sit down, it better be you, plane. It better be fucking you. All right?
So, by the way, you know what I love about a good old fashioned Dorinda rant is that the laptop literally froze up, and there was time for it to freeze, to be frozen, to unfreeze, and catch up with the buffering. And the Dorinda rant was still going on, which is not a comment about you. It's a comment about like that's because a proper Dorinda rant takes that long, you know. So Kelly, so they're changing planes and everything. They have to get on this terrifying little plane, and they're just like screaming as they descend down onto St. Bart's. Also, by the way, very disappointed that we did not get a resurrection of Housewives on the Island, baby, for the theme song. Like this was a Housewives on the Island occasion. Why did we get some strange
No, they have a
instrumental?
different theme song for every single one. Don't you remember the one at Dorinda's was like the Succession? It was like a mix between the Succession music and then the Only Murders in the Building music.
I know, but why
And
couldn't they have just
then,
done like a remix, like a Housewives on the Island, baby, or something like that? You know, like Legacy on the
like, huh?
Island, baby.
Actually, I want to play this one because I thought it was kind of a bop. It's not really. I think they were like, take the kind of Sex and the City synthesizer music, but make it kind of more of a bop. Here it is, everybody. Uh oh. Wait. Oh, I'm recording. Hold on. I
Put
have
that on
become
social.
my own father. Okay, here we go.
You become Ramona. It's a little haunted housey.
You have to wait till the end. Okay, repeat. Hold on. I like that. It's like, the ending has like this detective show from the 80s, like da-na-na.
It has a lot of feelings going on. It sort of sounded like an upbeat haunted house. It sort of sounds like detective show. It sort of sounds like just like a video game, like a modern video game where you're like, I don't know, like skiing or something. It's just
I loved it. I'm into it.
it's fine. It's just
Housewives on the island, baby. Housewives on.
I just feel like Housewives on the Island was so good, and I feel like it's being forgotten to Bravo history. And like I think that is like one of the best theme songs that Bravo has given us. I put it up there with the Salt Lake City theme song. I put it up there with the I love actually the RHONY theme song, like pre-reboot. And this is not an anti-reboot thing. I just really like the theme song, like from the latest version of it before the new cast. Love that theme song. I don't know. I just don't want it to be forgotten. Housewives on the Island, baby.
Housewives on the island, baby. Let's get the party started. Okay, so airport arrivals, they're on the plane. Sonia's like, I just would rather go on the ferry. That's what I do. You get a cocktail, you sit down. I don't want to be a downer, but I know people who have lost their lives on that plane. John, Madonna, Lady Gaga, Grimace, Aretha Franklin,
Dinah Manoff.
Mulligan.
Sorry, just really been empty nesting. Dreyfus the dog, bless his heart.
Dreyfus. Why'd I say Mulligan?
Because Richard Mulligan is the
Okay.
is
Yeah.
like I said, I would have fucked him. So I loved his work on Soap.
If I could call a mulligan on anything, it would be not fucking Richard Mulligan when I had the chance.
So Dorinda's like, was that a landing or did we just drop from the sky? And Luann's like, well, my life flashed in front of me. Oh wait, sorry, that's just the montage I show at all my shows. Never mind.
God, that was a fun live flash. Incredibly tasteful live flash, I have to say for myself. You know what? I don't know what everybody's been talking about, okay? Because landing didn't bother me at all. That's it. I'm Ramona 2.0. Very nonplussed about things, okay?
And Luann, now that they have arrived at St. Bart's, at a French-speaking island, Luann is now in full French mode. So she's like, "Merci beaucoup, merci, je suis très contente, merci, I do speak French encore, oui, oui, oui."
So the drivers come. They're like, hi, we're going to drive you to your location. Ramona's like, whoa, you here for us? Please unpack my bag into the back seat and then repack it before we get to the thing, just because I said so, okay? Did I say that in a nice enough way, busboy?
Thank you, all you servants, for bringing us to the house, okay? So they're driving, and Dorinda's asking Kelly if she's dating anyone, and Kelly says that's complicated, and Dorinda's like, Kelly and I have known each other for a long time because, we'd end up going to the same cocktail parties, and then I would sort of just, yell at her and say, you better back it up, and then we became friends, and, we never got, super close, but, I've been told things about Kelly, go to sleep, stuff like that, but, I haven't watched Scary Island. I just want to take her by face value.
And so then we keep Luann, I think, thinks she's on an 80s sitcom reboot. Every time they cut to Luann, she's like, girls, can you believe it? Here we are together on a vacation. Again, it's us, the gang reunited. Am I right, girls? And now they get to the place. She's like, girls, can you believe it? This is the mansion. This is the same mansion we stayed at before. Oh, the good times. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. All right, show the clips of the good times. Go, girl. Standing tall on the wings of our dreams, rise and fall. Line. Perfect strangers, everyone. Perfect strangers. Thank you so much. You know who's not strangers? Us. Because we're old friends, every single one of us, except that blonde girl over there, who I still support.
I did once fuck Balky Bartakamus. It was great. He wore his outfit from the old country, and we did the dance of joy afterwards.
So then we get the house manager, Martin, who is adorable. And he's like, oh, my God, it's so good to see you. And he, scrunches his face and closes his eyes really tight. I was like, oh, my God, he's adorable and not going to take 1 ounce of shit. I love his little, look at me, just innocent little frosh baby. I'm so excited to see you. Huh?
Oh, vous êtes français? Oh, vous parlez français? Oh, le bagage, c'est là, oui, n'est-ce pas? So, and by the way,
say bye. There she is. That girl. Yeah, there she is.
By the way, Luann's like, well, I'm certainly having flashbacks of Johnny Depp right now. Ha ha ha. Anyone want to ask me about it? Anyone? Anyone at all? Well, I'd like to know the story. Oh, well, you can't hear it now. I'm going to tell it at dinner. That's what you call a tease in the business. I love Luann promoting her story, her dinner time story.
Yeah. She's like, here's a poster for my story that I'm going to tell at dinner. Posing in front of it.
Can I take a photo in front of my story? Thank you. One night only. Dinner tonight. Luann tells a story.
Oh. So then we meet Jean-Baptiste, the chef, and he's like, oh, hello, funny-faced lady. I know you from years ago, yes? And Ramona's like, whoa, you know what? No, not really. Oh, my God, are you Kristen? I will never forget, of course. Hi. It's like, no, I'm right here.
See you. So Ramona's like, whoa, oh, my God, it is you. Let's hug. I just want to show the world that I'm willing to hug servants, okay? So Luann's like, don't touch the staff, Ramona. Well, sorry, okay? Just got excited, okay? Sorry.
You know what? This is the Ramona that's not problematic at all, okay? I don't do problem things. Now, unpack my suitcases with your underwear on, okay?
So you guys, did this bring back memories, this house? You got a lot of memories? And Sonia's like, yeah, I mean, we used to have spouts right here. I mean, Ramona and I would just pull the spigot and rosé would come out all day. Although I did get a lot of gum damage when I tried to fillet it. That was awkward.
And then we see a clip of Ramona going, hey, Tony, can you splurt us? Just spurt us, would you? Like, see, you know what? In that memory, it wasn't problematic at all. I'm just saying, okay? You know, what's problematic? Is it me or is it the year? You tell me.
You know what? I have no problem hugging the chef because guess what? I don't see color, okay? It's like, well, he's white also. But you know what? I don't know. Am I hugging a white person, a black person? I'm progressive, okay? So then Sonia's like, oh yeah, and this over here is where Aviva called us white trash. And we see a flashback of Aviva saying, you're both white trash, quite frankly. And then the next day, Ramona looking up the definition on Urban Dictionary. You know what? The term is usually a slur. White trash versus cracker, hillbilly, okie, and redneck, okay?
Actually, I fucked all of those people. So. So Kelly's like, oh my God, the staff is so nice. And Luann says, yeah, they're not bad to look at either. I need a chef boyfriend. Parlez-vous français, penis licker.
Voulez-vous coucher avec moi, ce line? Soir.
All right. All right, everybody, gather around. To pick rooms, we're going to pick a number out of a bag, and then we're going to roll the dice. Then we're going to pick a card, do a somersault, jump rope to decide who gets what room. Everybody follow? All right, everybody, let's do it. We got to keep it fair, because there's something about Ramona always wanting the big room. Okay?
All right. So also a new rule. The longer it takes, I will continue singing until you're done rolling your dice. Okay, here we go. Happy birthday. They're like, roll the dice.
Well, that's the fastest dice rolling I've ever seen in my life. That's crazy. So Ramona comes in last, which I don't know how you would rig dice throwing, but I feel like the producers did anyway. I don't think it's possible, but I think they did it because they're just going to try and trigger Ramona all they can. So she's like, whoa, you know what? I got last choice for a room, and that's fine with me because I'm from, you know what? I hope the room number on the outside is 2.0 because that's the Ramona you're getting. That's it.
You know what? They're all terrific rooms. They all come with their own servants, and I'll be very happy. I'm sure they all have closets that are the proper height for my dresses, so like not an issue, okay?
So she's like, you know what? Like we all have enough rooms, right? And Martine's like, no, you have to share a room. 2 of you have to share. And she's like, whoa, wait, you know what? This is a game changer then, okay? It's not fair. We should also have our own room. This is ridiculous, okay? Ramona 2.0 just became Ramona 1.29. I don't really understand numbers, but it's just not the same because this Ramona doesn't have her own room. That's it.
May I now present everyone with Ramona Singer. And so now Ramona's like really mad that she has to share. And she's like, I mean, what are we going to do? Someone has to share. Okay, so now what happens? Okay, this is crazy. I'm sorry. This is crazy, all right? It's not fair. And on top of that, I don't even want to share. The only person I would share with would be my daughter/best friend, Avery, okay? Because it's basically like you're just sharing with yourself, except an older version of yourself. Because guess what? She looks older than me. I look younger. She looks older. I look younger. She looks older, okay?
You know what? Maybe we wouldn't share a room, but we might as well have shared a womb because we're like twins. Except, of course, you know, fraternal, because I'm like the young one, she's the old one. Damn, I'm gonna need to start doing vocal warm-ups before this so I can get.
Here, let me show you what I do to warm up my voice. This is it. This is life, the one you got. So let's just have a ball. This is it. Sorry, I don't remember the rest of the song.
Looking at me like, shut the fuck up over there. Okay, so Dorinda's like, okay, guys, I came up with a solution. Are you ready for it? Because, okay, here's the solution. I don't like to share a room. And the man's like, me neither. Okay, guys, great job. Dorinda,
unless it's with a pirate.
Nice solution, Dorinda.
I don't like to share a room unless it's with a pirate. Oh, sorry. More details on that later tonight at 8 p.m. Be there or be square.
Who's going to have the salmon? So Dorinda's like, okay, thanks. So here's what we can do. We know who doesn't want to share a room. So who wants to room together? Whoever wants to room together can take the master. Okay, I'll move out of mine, and you guys can figure it out. Does that help? I think that's fair. And that's all you're going to hear about it from me, okay?
And it's actually a surprisingly effective thing because obviously Sonia and Ramona are going to like room together, and there's like literally no fights. So Dorinda winds up
because they even showed the extended clip package of those two always saying, you know what, we get the best room because we're going to room together, so we get the biggest room, and then they always end up getting the best room because they agree to be roommates. So it worked out in the classic style.
I'm just being a team player here, okay? That's all. I'm actually being very helpful. So now, now Sonia and Ramona are just like in their room, and Ramona's like, "What's that thing that's between your chest?" She goes, "Oh, this thing. This just some things that way I don't get chest wrinkles. Oh, and this is just egg from breakfast. Oh, and this, oh, that's just Martine's sperm. We did it."
So Martin takes Lou to her room, and she's like, "Oh, quarto, room, egg. Is this a kitchen cocina? Very American, very, very American." And she's like, at first I was like, the bungalow. I want the main house. But then I said, this might be more
A little bit more private. I wouldn't mind having my own servant, maybe a hot, sexy man like Mr. Belvedere. Hit it, boys. 3, 2, 1. Streaks on the china, never mattered before. Who cared? Oh, when you walk through the... I'm sorry, that's as far as I can get in the song.
That's all I know in French. Please carry on. So Dorinda is in her room, and it's got some like weird modern doors on everything, like closets, and it's got all this shit in there. And they're like curved, like the door curves out, but then it curves in on one part, and presumably they're curved like handles would be
It's like
to
a
open
weird
and close
spaceship. It's awful. It's awful. It's like she can't, and she's just trying to find the toilet. She's trying to both find the toilet and the way out of the room. Like every door looks the same.
It's Dorinda, and this room goes all the way around because she can walk around the bed. The bed's in the middle of the room. So it's just Dorinda walking in a circle, trying to pull every single door. Going, is this the door? Wait a minute, is this the bathroom? Wait, it's not the bathroom. That's the closet, another closet. What is in here? Oh, okay, that's not the bathroom. Where's the bathroom in here? Okay, so, wait, I'm going to go ask him. I can't find, how do I get out? How do I get out of here? Wow. That is actually Mr. Belvedere. That's crazy. What are you doing in here? Get out of here. I'm looking for the bathroom.
Hey, and there's Wesley, and there's Bob Uecker. What's going on? This is literally like as close as we're gonna get to watching Dorinda in a mirror maze. If you ever said like, what would happen if you put Dorinda in a funhouse and got her trapped in a maze of mirrors? This is it. Where do I go? Hey, who's that lady over there? Hey, who's that lady over there? Hey, you stole my look. Hey, are you pointing at me? Stop pointing at me. She's just yelling at her own reflections.
So Ramona is unpacking with Martine, and she's like, "See, you know what? This is how I do it. It's all in hangers, okay? And look, this closet needs to be taller. Why is this thing down so much? Like, who's gonna be able to unpack their things with the closet that short?" And he goes, "Oh, okay. I will tell the architect of the house to make it taller for you." Okay. I was like, "Yes, bitchy ass Martine, I love you."
She's like, "Thank you so much, okay? Like, now could you move my luggage, s'il vous plaît?" So
she doesn't even skip a beat. She's like, "Okay, that would be great."
Thank you. Thank you for
Cool.
finally some good service. Where are the pool noodles? So finally Dorinda finds her door and gets out. She goes, "This room doesn't even make any sense. It's like somewhere between the Guggenheim Museum, Mars, and a panic room." So so she finally gets out. And Martine shows her where the toilet is. The toilet is behind the only door that does not look like all the other doors, but it looks like a wall. So I totally understand. I totally understand why Dorinda
bathroom behind a hidden door. Who does that?
It's so strange. She goes, "Praise the Lord." So now they're all in their they're getting into their bathing suits, and Ramona's at the table, and she's like arranging the seating, and she's like, "You know what? I like to sit in the middle because that way I can look at everybody, and if it means that I'm in every single shot on the show, well then so be it. It wasn't designed that way. I just want to look at everyone's faces, including Wanda over there. It's Kristen." Whatever.
And Kristen's like, "Oh my God, you brought us gifts. That's so nice. I brought us gifts too, Ramona. Oh my gosh, guys, I've never felt this energy from Ramona before. Like, she's so calm and collected. I'm like literally waiting for the other shoe to drop." Ow, Ramona. What? And what? You said you wanted a shoe to drop. That you didn't say it couldn't be on your head. That's it.
You know what? This reminds me of this one time when I was a little girl, and I'd always like walk into the room, and my father's best friend, Geraldine Parsons Smith, would just throw shoes at my head. And she said, "You know what? If you don't want to get hit by shoes, have a smaller head." And to this day, I can't wear hats because I'm too paranoid that the hats will accentuate how big my head is, and a shoe will come flying at my forehead, okay? I'm sorry, but that's just my story.
So then Kelly comes in, and everyone's like, oh my God, you look so beautiful. Ramona's like, whoa, you look boobalicious. She's like, no, you look boobalicious. She goes, you know what? Maybe I'm going to go the other way now because Kelly's got such nice boobs.
Look at me, I'm so modern. I'm accepting of gay people and people of different colors, which I don't even see, okay? So Ramona's like, I just know that when Kelly was on The Housewives, she was at her best, okay? She was not at her best, okay? So I'm looking forward to seeing her because, for the past few years, she's always been like having it together. And so I'm like hoping she'll keep it together on this trip. So that way I can tear her down and destroy her mental state, okay?
You know what? I'm really glad she seems to be doing okay because she's possibly going to be my first possibly black girlfriend. So.
Is she black? I don't even know because I don't even see color anymore. Okay, I've learned so much.
I don't see color at all. Whoa. So then she's like, okay, I'm hungry. You know what? Can I yell? Because I'm like seriously really hungry. Okay, I'm hungry. Ding-a-ling-a-ding-ding. Need to eat the food. Oh my God.
Come on, girls.
The fucking worst. Oh,
You know what? Where are they? It's not right. I haven't eaten in 24 hours, okay? Come on. What's going on? Dorinda, okay, we're all starving and we don't want to eat without you. And it's 4:00 and I haven't eaten in about 3 weeks, okay? I'm very hungry. I was trapped in a closet and I was abducted by a person and they didn't feed me the entire time. So now it's finally my time to eat and you're preventing me from eating my food, okay?
And so now she's yelling up the stairs, girls, come down, girls. I haven't eaten in, what is it, 14 hours now? Whoa. And Kristen's like, there's a Ramona we know and love. And so one of the there's like the chefs or whoever, like the staff is in
Manu.
the back. And what does he say? I love her. What did he say?
No, he goes, ugh, she's nonstop, that one. And then the lady goes, yes, she's the boss.
She's the boss.
So Ramona's like, you know what? She's like, oh my God, I just did the calculations. I haven't eaten in 14 hours. Like, no wonder why I'm starving. 14 hours.
So she's yelling up. And so Dorinda comes down. She goes, who is screaming? She's like, I'm starving, Dorinda. But you know what? Do not scream at me. Okay? Hey, everybody. This is Ramona on his best behavior. Okay? You fall into it. Like she's changed. And then boom. You're fun, Dorinda. Just having a good time. This is making me cry. I'm just kidding. I'm just being fun, Dorinda.
You know what? I don't do well with people screaming at me, okay? I'm not a dog, okay? And Sonia's like, well, we're only here 5 minutes and there's a disturbance in the peace and the backlash is Dorinda. So, you know what?
Just serve the food, please, okay? So Dorinda comes to the table, and then Dorinda cannot, Dorinda's getting herself worked up because Ramona's like, whatever. Now I yelled, and now we're going to eat, okay? She's like, you know what, Ramona? Don't yell at me, Ramona, okay? Because it hurts my feelings. And now here's one of several hurt animal references I'm going to make in this episode to justify my behavior. If you pull my tail, I'm going to bite because you pull my tail.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Don't pull my tail. All right.
I apologize.
Don't flick me the giant gerbil balls.
I am sorry.
I'm going to start rolling around in a see-through ball and bumping into the walls.
I'm very sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry.
You know what?
I'm sorry. Okay.
Don't knock honey down off of the tree because I'm going to be a bear and I'm going to eat that honey and the music's going to come on you. It's going to be beautiful.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Don't scare me. Don't scare a horse because the horse is going to kick you in your stupid fucking ugly face.
Sorry.
That's it. Don't do it to me, Ramona.
Okay.
I mean it.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. Sonia's like, oh, wow.
Sonia's like, yeah.
She's like, wow, we already just started the trip and she's already the apologizer.
Yeah, there she is. So then they're still wondering where Lou is. And Sonia's like, oh, she's got her own private exit and entrance. But hey, they worked out last time. That's where she took the pirate.
Yeah, where did you go when you hooked up with the pirate? She's like, oh, we just went down to the garden. I don't need to go down to a bungalow. It was easy. You have a choice, rug rash or garden rash.
So then the food comes and Luann comes and she's like, well, I mean, the bags take up most of my room, but that's okay. I'm such a good-natured person. And so Ramona is like, whoa, you know what? We got food. I'm going to go change my clothes. Ramona, who has just screamed at everybody to come to the table, immediately gets up the second food comes.
Well, she's probably jealous because everyone's in their bathing suit and she didn't change into her bathing suit. She's like, you know what? I want to look sexy also, okay? So Dorinda's like, so is everybody excited about being here? Because honestly, I was a little nervous coming, I'll be honest. But you're like, you know what it is? You kind of have to stop and enter this life now. Like, and I'm thrilled about it, you know? It's, you know, 'cause it's been like a minute since I did the last trip. And I was the hostess who controlled it all. But now I'm the guest and I'm part of the group. And it's a different dynamic.
Whoa, okay. You know what? So Nurse Dorinda and Nurse Luann, I didn't tell you. I have giving the 3rd-degree burns on my arm, okay? Because I can't go in the water, okay, everybody? Like, oh, yeah, Ramona's burnt. But it can ask me why, okay? You know why? Because I was having a beautiful dinner party in my home in the Hamptons, like we all do. Those of us with homes in the Hamptons. Most of you understand, not Barbara here. Sorry, Barbara. It's Kristen. Okay.
Oh,
And you know
I got terrified that Barbara was actually here. Sorry, continue.
That's actually a real threat, Ramona, all right? I mean, listen, if they could ask Jennifer back, they could bring Builder Barbara back here. You know what? You know, just as long as she knows I'm the first person experimenting with sexuality on the show. That's it.
So, I was having a beautiful party for rich people who enjoy rich people. And you know what? There were all these candles that were lit. And I went like this. And guess what? I put my hand out and my sleeve was all ostrich feathers, okay? And not just any kind of ostrich feathers. Ostriches that are endangered and that were killed for my dress. And you know what? Those feathers caught on fire. And next thing I know, my wrist is on fire and I have like ostrich burns. And Luann, in all sincerity, goes, oh, your ostrich feathers caught on fire? God, that's terrible.
And Kristen's like, is that even a thing? Ostrich feathers? It's not. Don't wear ostrich feathers, anybody. And Kristen's like, okay, so how do you guys feel about being back together? Whoa, you know what? Here's how I feel. I always feel like Sonia's far away. Like when we stop filming, Sonia just dumps us. She doesn't answer our calls. She doesn't answer our texts. You're problematic as fuck, okay? It like goes to show you Sonia is like the only person in this group. Like Sonia acts like she's the one without any kind of boundaries in this group. But I think Sonia is actually like, she's embarrassing. And I'm Sonia.
Ramona, based off the text that you've sent, page 6, I'm sure Sonia's like, I don't think I want to be having any of those in my text conversations. So Sonia's like, oh no, we're still best friends, you know? And so it's like, well, you know what? I love you, Sonia. I love you. Yeah. And Kristen goes, I know it always starts with I love you. Ha! And Ramona goes, you know what? I see her on the streets. And even my friends say, oh, I thought you were good friends. And then Sonia goes, hi, Ramona. I can't talk to you. I got to go right now. I don't want to be photographed with you because you're in the headlights again for saying something problematic. And then you just run off. And I thought you were my good friend. Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Even my friends say, isn't she a friend? I just love Sonia being, oh, hi, Ramona. Bye, Ramona. Bye. Good to see you, Ramona.
Hi, bye. Got a brand to protect.
And Sonia's like, okay, you're right. I suck. I'm the worst friend ever. And Dorinda's saying, oh, just text back. All we want is to hear from you, you know? And Kristen's like, okay, well, did you guys... what'd she say? Like, did you guys think you would be filming again together or something? And Ramona's like, oh, it's a dream come true. You know what? Because I'm with Sonia. Even though, like, right now we're fighting with each other, it's still been great. Sonia's like, what are you talking about? We're not fighting with each other.
Well, you know, the great thing...
Gotta go.
You know, the great thing was that after I was put on pause, and then Kristen goes, oh, here we go. And Dorinda goes, well... You got fired, okay? But I was on pause. Let's be clear. So after you got fired, I was put on pause, and I was put on pause, okay? Fired, pause, fired. Listen, the two people that were fired here, okay? You and Ramona, but hers was actual fire, okay? Because she had ostrich feathers. You were just employment fired. You know what I'm saying? I was paused.
And Kristen's like, oh, okay. And Ramona says, let's be positive. She goes, no, no, you were fine. I was put on pause. She goes, okay, well, let's be clear then, because we're on the same show right now. So you can call it fired or you can call it paused. Dorinda's like, oh, okay. Okay, okay. And Kelly goes, what is put on pause? What's that? What does that mean? Well, like someone puts you on pause. Like, how do you even do that? What? I don't watch it.
I don't know.
I don't even know what anybody's talking about. Are we on
What's the
TV
show?
right now? What's the TV? It's crazy.
Am I selling this house? Dorinda's like, well, I don't know, but that's what Andy Cohen said. And Kristen goes, okay, so you're still paused. And Kristen's like, whoa, button pushed, whoa, crazy old lady over there. And Luann says, there are certain buttons you can't push with D. And the pause button is a button you must not push. Just how I've been told by many music producers, don't press the record button when she starts singing. I don't know what that means still.
You know what? Like a lot of my audiences say, like the most I enjoy your music is when I don't press play. But you know what? We've all just got different buttons. So.
I've had a lot of sound technicians say, I'm not going to touch the on button on your microphone tonight. And I think that's a compliment. I can't quite figure that one out.
So Ramona is like, you know what? That's not even a way to start. I mean, I don't even think they know each other. The producer says, they were on a season together. What? Of what? This show. What show? Real Housewives of New York. What?
You hired the concierge to be a cast member? No, that's a cast. Kristen's on your trip with you. What? Who's Kristen?
Who's Kristen?
What?
So funny. And they're like, it was season 7 or on it. And she's like, seriously?
They overlapped? Cinder's like, you know what?
And I believe her. Do you believe her?
It's hard to remember who was on what season at the same time. But we recently, like, we did a vintage recap on this last tour that we did, or recently, and we definitely recapped something from season.
It was 2 years ago. We did scary.
We did a
I
Berkshires.
thought you were going to say
we
Scary
did like
Island.
we did the original Berkshires, and I remember we were like, oh my god, we forgot that Kristen actually went to the Berkshires one year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot again. You see, so I mean, I kind of buy it. So Dorinda's like, well, all right, you know what? So anyway, the point is, fired person, not talking to you, okay? Because people without jobs for this long don't get spoken to. Okay, but the rest of you, I think this me being paused, it gave me time to do other stuff, like sit in front of my fireplace and say, wow, it's a fire. Yeah, I've started talking to my peacock, the one that's stuffed. So that's been really fun. You know what? One time I went up to my room and I started yelling at a pillow to stop eating cookies in the bedroom. And he said, I can't eat. I don't have a mouth. I said, you fucking lied. You better back it up, pillow, bitch. So it's been good. It's been positive for the most part for me.
Yeah, I'm on my 4th watch through of Law and Order. It's great. So Sonia's like, she's like, Ramona goes, well, you know what? It's the best scenario. And Sonia's like, yeah, well, it's the best scenario, except you don't get 23 episodes in the mail. Check, 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 check. She's like, you know what? I don't even need money anymore. She goes, well, you have a lot of money. I need the money. Okay. Speak for yourself, bitch.
And Lee's like, exactly. Trust me, she would not be here otherwise. And Ramona starts cackling. And so Sonya's like, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't come. So Luann says, okay, so everybody disperse. We're going to meet back here. We're going to go have dinner at 7, right? So Kelly is now with Sonia, just talking privately. And Kelly's like, whoa, by the way, Sonia, like, I'm like you. Like, I don't really talk to people either, you know, because, like, I have friends. I haven't seen my friends in a long time. And, like, I don't come from a feelings family, you know, and I'm just afraid to talk to people because, like, I don't want people to think I'm complaining. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't come from a feelings family, which is why I really don't care when I call someone a cook instead of a chef or say I'm up here, you're down here, because I just don't have feelings. So then Sonia then says she doesn't like to dump her shit on her friends, and you know they're both just saying how they just don't want to burden people with their own emotional stuff, and they're bonding over the fact that they're also like single parents. And Kelly, they're just saying how they just have to like their focus on getting their kids, through school, and then they can focus on their friends later.
Yeah. So then Dorinda and Kristen go swimming. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it seems like Dorinda's let this storm pass, right? Like it's only day one, so surely Dorinda is just going to let this pass. So Kristen is getting on the inflatable swan. She's like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "How do you even ride a swan?" Am I right? So Dorinda, have you been here before? And Dorinda's like, "Listen, you were about to make a play for me at the table. Remember that right now when it just happened? So listen, if you want to play, I can play. We could have a lot of fun." Okay? Listen, honey. I said I was on pause, and you said, "Oh, we're going to go there again." What did you mean by that? What did you mean by that, huh?
Kristen's like, well, because it was... Dorinda comes, and the best part, she actually even says, "We'll let that one." No, you said it exactly. The only part you left out was that Dorinda says, "Oh, you tried to make a play for me? We'll let that one pass," which is a lie, because then she literally does not let that pass whatsoever. So Kristen's like, "Well, because you said on your ultimate trip." "Oh, but you weren't on my ultimate trip." "Yeah, but I watched it." Why are you so sensitive about it? Like, because you're here now. You're here. You're on a show. She's, "Listen, I'm not sensitive about anything. Why are you bringing it up? Why are you responding to it?" You had nothing to do with it. When literally it was Dorinda who said, when I was put on pause at lunch, and it was her who walked into the pool. It was like, "So, you tried to make a play for me, Missy."
She is so thin-skinned. It's hilarious. And so you got nothing to do with it. You know why? Because you've been fired for a very long time. You're not even part of our group. You've been fired so long. Like, who even remember? You've been fired the longest. So now it's not just you were fired. It's you've been fired longer than other people. So even if I was fired too, I was still fired more recently than you, which makes your fire grosser because it's older.
Yeah, you have an older firing. Yeah. But thank you for joining us.
Shaming the firing.
I know. And then she starts doing this she starts doing this thing where she goes, "Thank you for joining us. We can't wait to get to know you again after being off for so long. Can't wait to get to know you again. We barely even know who you are. Some of us don't even know your face or your name. Can't wait to get to know you."
Yeah, I can't wait to get to know you. You've been fired for so long. Hey, your firing is so old Sonia would date it. All right, whoever you are.
Kristen's like, "Oh my God, PTSD from the Berkshires. It's all coming back to me. I wish I could just put pause on this whole conversation. Like, what is going on right now? Like, the show doesn't exist anymore. Get a job, ladies. Get a new job, ladies. Mom's so hard. Mom's so hard."
You know what? I'm telling you. You know what you did? You broke the tail. That's what you did. All right, just pick an animal. You broke the tail off of it. And you know what? You think you're going to take the tail off a lizard? Have you ever done that before? You know what happens to the lizard tail? It keeps going without you. Okay, it just keeps going, and then the tail grows back. So you didn't win anything here today, all right?
Lizards don't run with peanut butter, okay? So Kristen's like, "There was no tail to pull, okay? Somebody's super sensitive." "Someone's super sensitive," and she's like, I'm not sensitive. I'm not sensitive at all."
The fact is, people love to poke a bear with me, and the truth is, I don't really care. You know what I mean? You want to poke a bear with the dog, the bear's going to eat the dog. And this is how it goes. I didn't make up the animal planet. The animal planet made up animals. And you know what? Don't mess with an animal, because animals kill people.
"Listen, you pulled the tail, but what you didn't realize is that while you're pulling the tail, your finger, which was holding the tail, accidentally poked a bear that was sitting next door. So be careful."
Tail puller.
Now, don't yell at me because I'm not a dog. Although, literally, if you yell at a dog, it will literally bite back at you. So, not calling Dorinda a dog. Like, not calling Dorinda a dog.
So wait, what'd you say? If
I said
a dog,
when she said, "Don't yell at me, I'm not a dog." But the funny thing is, if you yell at a dog, it is going to snap back at you. But then I realized it sounded like I'm calling Dorinda a dog, and I'm not calling Dorinda a dog whatsoever. I take it all back. I was just trying to poke a hole in the logic of the metaphor, and instead it sounded like I was calling her a dog, which is not.
Dorinda will send you into a cycle of crazy. You need to be very careful when talking about Dorinda. Before you know, it's like literally any of these people, like talking about Ramona to this extent. Like we're past an hour at this point. Even talking about Ramona for an hour, it's like, how many times have we just gotten ourselves in trouble just from making Ramona comments? Because she's just Ramona. Like, Just
I
be careful. You
I
have to be. It's a
I just
landmine. These people.
yeah. But that being said, I actually, and this is not because it sounded like I called her a dog, which I didn't. I love
It
Dorinda.
didn't
Like
sound like that, by the way.
okay, good. But I love Dorinda. I love how she goes hot and cold because it feels so real. Like I feel like it's with her, it's so real. It doesn't feel like she does it for reality TV. Like this is like you're just seeing who this person is, and I just love it. So Kristen is like, she's
And
like,
is
Dorinda,
heavily
let me talk to
drinking.
you.
You're like, you know what?
And there's
I
that.
really see the reality of this person, and the reality is this person is extremely drunk at all times. So, God, this is beautiful. This really is beautiful.
Dorinda, let me talk to you, okay? Listen, I might not be smart, but I'm pretty. Let's never forget Kristen's best contribution to the Bravo universe was saying her line, "I may not be smart, but I'm pretty," which is like one of the most mortifying lines. Almost trumped by Crystal's current line, which is they say wisdom comes with age, but I'm proving everyone wrong.
Oh my God. So
Okay.
Kristen's like, Dorinda, I've been living my life for 8 years, okay? I'm like as happy as a clam. Don't bring animals into this.
Listen, clams are unhappy. Clams are the most depressing shellfish in the history of oceans. So shut up. Listen, I know clams. I know clams, and you're not a clam. You're a very miserable mussel. That's what you are. A barnacle. You're a barnacle.
Don't pull the oyster on a clam. I'll tell you that, little bitch. And she's like, listen, I mean, I don't need this, Dorinda. I got the phone call just like you did, Dorinda. She goes, oh, now you're saying we need this? Oh, wow. Luann, do you need this? And Luann just passes. She's like, what's going on? Kirsten goes,
Me?
would you stop her from picking on me, please?
Do I need this? That's ridiculous. Pirate Story coming at 8:30 p.m. tonight. Stay tuned.
I don't need anything, but you do need the intel on the pirate. Coming up soon. Get your tickets now.
Later,
None
on the
of
Real
us need
Housewives of
this,
Girl.
okay? Go ahead. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
No. I was just being ridiculous because I've lost my mind talking about this show. Continue on, Ronnie.
None of us need this. And you know what? Don't be sensitive that you got fired. God knows how long ago, okay? You know what? The last person that got fired around the time you did was the bush that God turned on fire to threaten somebody in the Bible, which is really old, okay? Your firing is that old, okay? And so I won't be sensitive that I got put on pause, and you don't get sensitive that you were fired. Bye. I'm taking a nap.
Outright.
Or I'm
fired.
going to die for 8 years, which is what you did when you were fired. Goodbye.
I'm going to do what most of America did whenever you showed up on TV. I'm going to take a nap. So Luann goes up to Kristen. She's like, listen. She's just sensitive about it, about being fired, put it on pause, not being cast in a cabaret, not rising like a phoenix, whatever you want to call it. But for D, because that's what I'm going to call her now, D, it's like pouring gas on the fire, and just even the subject of it ticks it off. So what I like to do is bring it up multiple times because it is hilarious. By the way, Pirate Story, it's been pushed back to about 8:40 p.m. Okay, just want to give you a scheduling update.
Holding for the artist. Okay, holding for the Well, okay, well, now I know not to bring it up. Okay, well, I think you've been gone 8 years and you have big cojones coming back. Okay, I'm going down the stairs, which means you can stop talking to me now. It's like, well, listen, it's just the first day. Okay, I'm done with you. Okay, meet and greet's over. Goodbye.
I'm sorry, no more autographs. No, listen, you've been gone for 8 years and you have big cojones for coming back because most people who don't have any sort of personality or fan base wouldn't even try to come near us, a group of icons. But congratulations for you, lady with blonde hair. See you later. See you at story time, 8:45 p.m.
Listen, summer's not fun without fans, am I right? Bye, fan. Bye, fan. So Kelly goes to Dorinda's room. Because Kelly knows an alpha when she sees one, basically, I think. So Kelly goes to Dorinda's room, and Dorinda's like, oh, hello. What did you think of the first day? Good. Look at me. It's positive, Dorinda. By the way, if you need to know where the bathroom is, just tell me and I'll ask somebody. I already forgot.
So she's there. And meanwhile, Ramona's in glam. And she's like, you know what? Lady servant, okay? Possible lesbian, possible person I'm going to make out with, possible person of color, okay? You know what? I'm in your hands. My hair is in your hands. My hands are in your hands, right? Whoa. I think that happens with a guy. Whoa, am I touching another lady in a sensual way? Maybe. Who knows? I'm progressive. I'm a new liberal progressive Ramona, okay?
I am the first Hispanic lesbian on television.
That was me. I do believe I was the one on the cover of Latina magazine.
So back to Dorinda. Dorinda's like, all right, what do you think of the first day, Kelly? And she's like, to be honest, I haven't seen like Sonia or Ramona in like so long. And like Kristen, I mean, I don't even know. Like I guess I was pleasantly surprised by her. She's like, yeah, well, it takes a minute. We just got here. It takes a minute to hate that bitch as much as I do. Hopefully it won't take you as long as it did to take her to get back on TV, which was 8 years. That's a long time, right? Really long time. No offense.
Well, like what's weird is like everyone's like, be careful with Dorinda. Like she's gonna be mean to you. And I'm like, hello, I've known you for like a long time, and like we hang out, and like you're not mean. And if this is making you get really angry right now, like that's strange because you're not a mean person. Yeah. Who are these people that say I'm mean? Like, it's actually kind of powerful if you think about it, because I'm like, I'm a nice person. Hey, Martine. Hey, will you tell that bitch Kristen down the hallway that she's still fired? This doesn't count as being employed. Okay, thank you very much.
So she's like, you know what? I like being this powerful. It's like the almighty Isis with my sword. I was like, okay, I know that Isis was other things before, but only Dorinda would use Isis.
Of all the gods, of all the powerful gods out there, could we not do the one that was like co-opted for a terrorist organization?
Yeah, but only Dorinda would be like, you know what? Yeah, I feel very powerful, like a terrorist. I'm basically a terrorist. God, it feels good. Like, what the hell, Dorinda?
You are outspoken and you are fun, and I feel like you would never try to threaten me with a swag bag. Yeah, like I talk. Like, this is how I talk. This is me talking. And you know what? You shake my hand, and I shake it back. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. Shake it.
What am I, a dog? What am I, a dog? Are you trying to shake my hand? Get the fuck out of my room.
Get the fuck out of my hand. You
10
really
years?
pulled the tail on my hand. Who the fuck do you think you are touching my head like that? You
don't
touch
pull the
someone.
hand on an earthworm, okay?
You don't put your hands on someone else, okay? You don't. Look, we come from the same place, and you don't put your hands on the person from the same place.
So now Ramona and Sonia in their room. Ramona's doing her performative. You know what, Sonia? I just miss you so much. Like, I'm not trying to make you feel guilty. Just for ignoring me, making me feel like a terrible human being. It's just like maybe you're possibly jealous of me because I just don't age. But still, like, I just miss you, Sonia. That's it.
You weren't wrong, Ramona. I'm so bad with my communication. After you like sex your vagina out to so many people, the idea of actually sending a normal text is just so exhausting sometimes. It's not you, it's me.
Well, you know what? I think in my head, I think that I have a better relationship with Sonia than Sonia does with me in her real life. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. As long as you know where people stand with you, then you can caramelize. Okay?
You can compost. Whoa, you can compost. Did you know that? You can compost and concoct, okay?
It's a compartment. Oh my God. Compartmentalize. Okay? Whoa. You know what I mean, right? I just don't know words.
Departmentalize, okay? Like a store. You go to a department, there's a different department. It's like a departmentalized store, okay?
So now back to Dorinda and Kelly. Dorinda's like, wow, you know what? How recently had you been divorced when you came on the show? She's like, recently. Yeah, you know what? Well, that makes a very big difference. You know what I mean? Have you seen any red balloons in this house by any chance?
So Kelly starts saying how when she was on the show, her kids were young. She just got into a divorce. She was in financial stress. She was in a bad place. And she goes, I love being grounded. Like, I love to wear high heels, and I love to have, like, my feet on the ground, specifically Fifth Avenue in my jogging shoes. And I feel like I was just, like, wobbling all over the place.
Fucking Kelly. I like to be grounded, but I also like to wear high heels, which are on the ground, Kelly. For fuck's sake, man.
Kelly, whose entire season, Kelly's this whole season was like about going to Hampton's parties and like making sure she went to parties that did not involve Bethany. And like her whole thing has been that she's always hobnobbed with like the rich and the elite. I like to be grounded. I just need to be grounded.
Yeah. I'm
So
just so grounded. This, episode 1 of Girls Trip is like season 1 for other housewife shows where everybody is just giving you who they want you to think they are, And then
yes.
by season 6, which is like season 4 on Real Housewives, you really see the crazy shining through. Like they're just all nuts by this
Right.
point.
Or season 7 for the RHONY reboot. So then Kelly is like, she's like, no, I'm not so strong. I have to be. And Dorinda's like, I think you're pretty strong. She's like, no, I'm the opposite. Like, I'm good in business. Like I'm really good at taking photos of myself in other people's homes. But like maybe I gravitate towards women who are supportive and strong because it gives me strength through compartmentalize, no, osmosis. And like maybe that's one reason why I like you.
Oh my God, I can't believe you shared with me. I learned so much about you. I also love samosas. Come here. Come here, let's hug. I understand you so well now. The vulnerability, it really humanized her. Because before I was going to tell her, you know what? I don't want to pinch the cheek of a rat. But, now she's more of a human kind of a person. Stop looking at me. Dorinda, we're the camera. We have to look at you, Dorinda. Okay. You kick it back. Kick it back.
So now Ramona's
it's
saying
only
goodbye.
dinner time. Jesus.
So now Ramona's saying goodbye to her glam squad. And by squad, it's one lady. And she goes, thank you very much. And to show America that I'm good to servants, let me pretend to talk to you like I care. Hey, how do you say your name again? Is it Julienne? Julienne? Because it's written as Julienne, but it's pronounced a different way. Can you say it again? She goes, Alien. Alien. Oh, are you an alien? Are you an illegal alien? I'm okay with that. Sanctuary cities are very popular with liberals, which is what I am now. Whoa, I love aliens, and I love you, alien. She's like, no, alien, alien, Alan, Loon, Aloha. Your name is Aloha.
Well,
Goodbye, Aloha.
you know what? Here's the problem. Your name's not spelled like it sounds, and so it's really confusing to people. So just a suggestion, maybe you should call whoever gave you that name and tell them to stupid, pick a different name, spell properly. That's what happens with that's what happens with sanctuary cities, okay? People just don't pray enough. That's all I'm trying to say.
We thought your name was Julian, like Julienne Vegetables. Oh, your name's Vegetable? Wow, that's much easier for me to say. Okay, Vegetable, thank you so much for what you did to my hair. It looks beautiful. I don't see color, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Unless you're a carrot, in which case you're orange. Okay, Vegetable?
I can see
Bye.
that one. I can see that one.
I can see that one. It's the only one I can see. You know what? So now it's nighttime, and now Sonia's just shit faced. Like Sonia did something to where now she's just loopy. Sonia went to the bathroom and came back like, "Wow, should I wear underwear? Here's my vagina." And Ramon's like, "Whoa, just saw your crotch, Sonia. Jeez." She's like, "I just wanted to remind you who I am. I am who I am."
And the man comes walking out. He's like, hello, oh, wow, hot stuff, everyone. We're going to get picked up tonight, right after I tell my story, The Luann and the Pirate, at 8:50 p.m. East Coast, 5:50 p.m. West Coast. Tune in.
So then Ramona and Kelly sit at the table and compliment each other's boobs. And Sonia's like, oh, you know what Ramona does? She uses the boob tape. So it takes the skin from under your armpit and it puts it inside your bra. See, look at mine. It doesn't have that. Look at Ramona's. It's in there. It's really kind of an amazing thing.
Yeah, well, you know what? I put it in there as well as, because I need to make my breasts look supple and large, just in case my ex-husband, Mario, decides he wants to fall in love with me again, which is actually impossible because he's already in love with me again. I'm sorry, Mario, but I'm single and ready to mingle with my new breast meat under my arm, okay?
So the waiter comes and he's like, bonsoir, I'm Quentin. And Luann's like Tarantino? Oh, we thought they food fetish. Not judging, just saying.
I don't know if you know this, but there's a very famous story, Luann and the Pirate, which we do have a call in to Quentin Tarantino's office about a film adaptation. So everyone just stay tuned on that front. 8:55 is when it looks like we'll be starting the show. 8:55.
Oh, you retired, you say? Oh, really? That's what we're calling it now? Fucking Quentin Tarantino was fired years ago. Tired.
I'll tell you, Pulp Fiction, how about some pulp-free Nonfiction, Luann and the Pirate, coming up on NBC.
So Sonia tries to hit on the waiter. It does not work. It's sad. And then Luann's like, all right, ladies, isn't this amazing? Here we are. Us. We are here. And by we, I mean all of you plus me. Me.
And I also mean yes in French, which is the language I speak. By the way,
is what I can't even take because there's no bathroom in my room. So what I need to complain to about that, right? It is what it is.
We is also the amount of time that Kristen was on TV and also pop culture radar. It's a wee amount of time. By the way, notice that Luann ordered a Sancerre. She's like, well, I've decided that I've gotten to a good place with drinking. It's pretty much the same place. So now I just drink on occasion. And I would say this is an occasion. Ha 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 ha.
So yeah, there she goes. Listen, why, if you're not going to keep your job anyway, why the fuck go through all that? You know what I mean?
For it.
I will never forget when she was like, look at me, sober. Would you like a drink? And she opened her fridge and it was just floor to ceiling bottles of rosé. But then we found out later it was probably frosé. But I just never will forget that image of Luann just being like, would anybody like a drink? And it just being a whole fridge full of rosé. Oh, it wasn't frosé. It's called fosé, right?
Fosé.
Do you think it was that back then, or was it real rosé? Because I said it and I was like, well, was that her fosé? But I don't think she had that at the time, did she?
Yeah, no, I think that was at the time when I think that was, if I remember correctly, in her timeline, that was when she was like, I'm sober and I can be around alcohol and it won't be a problem.
Okay.
So,
because I don't remember if it was fake or not. I got myself caught in a quandary there. Okay, don't know. Yeah. Anybody know? Let me know. So Luann is like, so how long have guys? Here we are again. How long have we been doing this? And Ramona's like, whoa. You know what? My daughter was 11 when we started filming, and now she's like 74. I mean, personality-wise, I'm still 11. Age
and
looking
skincare-wise,
face-wise, yeah. Poor Avery.
Unfortunately,
it's like she got all my age.
Yeah, unfortunately, for me, I continue to use Ageless by Ramona because I'm ageless, and unfortunately, my daughter decided to use her own skincare called Age Ed, and unfortunately, it just didn't work out as well for her. Okay, I'm sorry.
You know what? She's got a skin don't care line, and it's called Age Plus.
It's called Age PO Plus. So
just get extra age. Okay, you know what? Sign up for Avery's Patreon, and you'll just be older.
You know what, Avery? I'm so proud of her. When she got her GED, I was never more proud. Well, I thought she graduated from high school. No, she just added GED to age, and she became Age Ed. I was so proud of her.
She didn't even have to study. It's nuts. She's so smart.
It just came naturally for her to look older than me. It was like looking at Carol Radziwill auditioning for the California Raisins, but in Avery form, okay?
Or just, as they call it in Avery's friend group, California. So,
it's me a raisinette.
So Luann's like, wow, who would have thought? Who would have thought it would have lasted? And Ramona goes, whoa, you know what? No one had a run like we did. And Sonia says, well, I'm on OnlyFans. What'd you say?
Thanks for ruining it, bitch. Ramona's like, wow.
There goes another intro. All right. So Sonia's like, well, I'm on OnlyFans, so things have pretty much gone downhill for me. I mean, Dorinda's on there too, but she doesn't show anything.
Yeah, well, I'm not on OnlyFans. Listen, I did a promo for them because I thought I'd get a ceiling fan out of it. I did one cooking video, and then someone said, show me your tits. And I said, I don't make grits. They said, no tits. And I said, what kind of site is this? He's stupid. It's something a slut like Kristen would be on.
I will never forget when Dorinda signed up to OnlyFans. I fucking died. And I ended up getting addicted to cooking videos. I didn't sign up to her OnlyFans, but she did a bunch. I don't know if she still does them, but she does them on YouTube, and they're so funny. She'll be like, okay, here's my family recipe for potato latkes. I'm just bringing that up because I like everybody. Ben, that's for you. Okay, so I'm making the potato. So first, you shred a potato. And it's just her doing the thing. And she'll go 10 minutes, just blah, blah, blah. And now, 10 minutes later, I finally shredded a potato. And now, here's the end product, the potato lacquer. And then it just cuts off.
Well, that's like
the flash of a lacquer, and then it goes to black. It's like, lady, I just sat here for 10 goddamn minutes.
Well, that was like the time that Ramona did like a multi-story Instagram story arc about making some sort of like cinnamon oatmeal cookies. And she's like, whoa, one of my favorite things are cookies, okay? Here comes my next story. Whoa, it's important to use butter. So here I put butter and oatmeal. And here I am. I'm adding flour. It goes on, so granular. And she puts the things in the oven. And that's it. You just never even see the cookies don't even come out. We see no cookies.
So it's just like a Real Housewives of New York thing. That shit is funny. So she's like, yeah, wasn't that OnlyFans? Whatever, Sonia. And everyone's like, well, you know what? Avery's on something like that, but it's called OldlyFans. Old people.
Oh, God. You know, like I had someone ask tits, whatever. I only had a guy ask for my feet. That's worse. That's weirder. Tits are normal. So Kelly goes, okay, I don't, OnlyFans. Is that, I thought it was called Only Kristens. Anyway, Ramona, how have you been feeling about having everyone back together? And she's like, you know what? I'm really loving it. Like I see Dorinda and Luann a lot. Sonia, I know well. I think it's great that my dry cleaner is here. Hello, dry cleaner. I'm literally a cast member.
You and I, you know what? Sonia, I know well. You and I run into each other, and now we're connecting. You know that person over there. I haven't seen her in years. And Kristen's like, but you have seen me in years, Ramona. She says, no. I mean, what? When was the last time? COVID? She says, last summer, Ramona. Where? The Hamptons. I don't go to the Berkshires. The Hamptons, Ramona.
I know you remember Ramona. And she's
No,
like, I'm not familiar. No, I'm sorry. I don't even know who you are. And Kristen's like, I was hosting an event in the Hamptons. You were invited. You came. I did? She didn't have a party. How could she have a party? Someone like this, no one would even show up. Look at her. She's so annoying. I'm sorry. No one would ever come.
We took pictures, Ramona. She says, no, I went. And then she tells for the production, she's like, I went? No, I didn't. We didn't have a party. I never saw her in the Hamptons. No. And then they put up a picture. Picture of summer of 2022. Ramona smiling with Kristen.
And when was this filmed? Was this filmed like 6 months ago? So when this was filmed was even closer to last summer. So Sonia's like, oh, Ramona never remembers running into people. And we see like a flashback of Ramona forgetting everyone's names. And Kristen goes, that's okay. All right, Luann, I'm looking. It's 9:05 p.m. You're running a little bit behind. I think it's time for your story, Luann. Oh, me a story? I nearly forgot that I had a story. Listen, it's nothing I've rehearsed or even said very much. Picture it. St. Barts, 2013. The moon was out. The light cloud cover. There was a chill in the air, but a tingle in the loins.
Dankeschön, darling, Dankeschön. Like, oh, just get to the story, Leanne, the story. Okay, well, I was with friends. These girls wanted to go home, so they went home, and I had friends at this restaurant, and they were just 10 friends from St. Bart's. And I was like, well, I want to still hang out with you, because, you know, we film all day. We work hard. Am I right, lady? That wasn't a question for you. Everyone stop answering.
We work hard for the money. So hard for the line. Money.
Dun. So then we see a clip of Pirate Guy in the restaurant that night telling one of her friends with a blurred out face, oh, you must make a special Barts introduction to lady with camera on her. Hmm?
You know, at a certain point, my friends leave. You guys were all gone because you're all lamos. And, you know, Heather Thompson was texting me. Could you believe it? The only one who cared about me was Heather Thompson. Well, so Heather and Radziwill were at the house, and I was like, hey, Thomas, why don't you come back to the house? And now I will throw to commercial, Peacock. No? Okay, well, I'll keep going. So what happened was this guy...
I was drinking water, sorry.
No, I know. It actually would have been a good time for a commercial break. Anyway, so this guy, he drove us back and told all the girls I was coming back with a guy. Ha ha! Well, And oh, you know what? I think I seem to remember that I dropped the bomb, okay? Sort of like the bomb that I just dropped, that Avery looks 20 years older than me. I'm sorry. I can't explain it. I'm
Well, I'll
just
tell you
ageless.
this much. No one drops a bomb like me. Go Isis. So Luann's like, well, we see a clip of Ramona going, whoa, who was the guy you brought home last night? So Lou's like, and I was like, oh my God, I'm caught. My little white lie was, tell him you're not here last night. And that was just more to save Jacques' feelings instead of myself. So the time, you remember everybody, that time I ran into the kitchen, and that was the only time I ever got caught in a hot mic in my entire time I was on this show. I mean, I'm on the mic a lot now, but they refer to it as a dead mic, a cold mic, or a begging for its life mic these days. So.
Anyway, this is the part of the story where I've written a musical number. So 3, 2, 1, hot mic, hot mic. Have you ever been on a hot mic? It's a very chic mic with the microphone plays, and you sing into it, and people hear you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
So then we see a clip of her on the phone telling her friend in French, oh, you must tell her not to tell the, oh, you must tell her to tell the pirate to lie about being here. Jacques cannot know the truth. And so it cuts back and Ramona's like, oh, because she has a certain kind of rasp. Ramona has like the pigeons being pelted by tiny stones laugh, or seagulls rather. But then Luann has the like that's like a Lisa Barlow. I don't know how to explain it. It's like a throaty like static on old school late night TVs when it just turns off and just the static turns on when all the programming is over.
You know when your rabbit ears aren't connecting to the network television? Sounds like
So
a
she
Geiger
laughs.
meter. Yes, and Sonia's like, well, I didn't even know all that was going on. Yes, so then he comes back the next night and hooks up with Sonia. Oh, yes. So, like, I didn't even sleep with the pirate. She did. Isn't that hilarious? Ah.
Which still
then Kelly's
nobody
like-
believes. And it's funny because the pirate, Tomat, did an interview with somebody. And I'm still sorry I don't remember the name of your show because it was a long time ago. I just saw this clip a long time ago. And
Pirate So
it's more
Hard.
recent of a clip. Do you remember what it was?
It's called Pirate So Hard. It was a spinoff. Mom So Hard.
I arg so hard. And they were asking
Arg
him,
Save
like, did you
America.
really, what was it?
Arg Save America.
Patch Adams. Actually, that was a very sad one. Anyway, moving on. So they ask him if he actually slept with Luann. He's like, no, of course not. I never did. I'm happily married now. So, and also, I think that Luann has been dating Jacques recently. There have been pictures of her with Jacques. So maybe they're both still protecting themselves. But it's funny, after all these years and all of this Luann pretending like she's like, oh, yes, I love to just flirt with everybody and have sex with everybody. She's still trying to say that she did not bang the pirate. Come on now.
I don't know. I think that she would at this point, based on the way that she was basically throwing herself at randos and Crappy Lake. At this point, I think she'd be really. I mean, she's already like, well, I tried for the gas attendant around the corner of the Strange Tea Cafe in Crappy Lake, so that didn't work out. So, you know, like I think at this point she would be bragging about the pirate.
Well, I think she lied to Jacques, and she still likes Jacques. Whether she like loves Jacques, I don't know. But I think they're
She's
still
committed to
friends.
the long
and
game.
It's, you know, she's committed. Like she doesn't want to like. That's one thing that she's she's committed to a lot of things.
I think
guess.
Dorinda-
she's still touring and stuff.
I think Dorinda said it best, which was, I think there was some nakedness involved. I think like I went to see and she went to be, and it was a tale of a lion. Don't punch the lion. It's a bear. And you know what? I just don't think it was something you see at playtime at PS1. Like,
And Sonia goes, wait a minute. You told me that you did sleep with the pirate, but you didn't want Jacques to know. She's like, never. I never said that, Sonia. Never. She's, but you did. I mean, we swapped semen with the same guy you said. You said it. And she goes, oh, Sonia. Ramona goes, oh my God, she never said that. Sonia, I never said that. Those words would never come from my mouth. Swapping semen? I would never say swapping semen. Swapping semen. I mean, she just accused me of saying swapping semen. Hold on, let me just record that.
technically, a pirate is
my
a
audio notes. Swapping semen. All right, got it.
So
Go
then
ahead.
they play the clip, so you're like, aha, Luann's gonna be busted. But the clip is just Sonia saying, oh, we almost had a menage a trois with that pirate. I mean, his semen, my semen, your semen, all the semen, 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 semen. I even got a couch at Siemens Furniture. So much semen. And Luann goes, ugh, disgusting. And she closes the door in Sonia's face. Okay, okay. Hi everyone. So the craziest thing just happened in the middle of our recap that we didn't realize that we were scheduled to do a guest spot on a different podcast. So we literally stopped everything. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because people on audio don't have to know this, but people who are watching on video are going to be like, why did the lighting change so drastically on your video? It's because we stopped the recap and then we went and did the Bravo We're Black podcast, which will be coming out soon. So everyone keep an ear and eye out for that.
Yeah, I love them. And of course, I wrote the times down wrong, so we ended up showing late because we're on different time zones. But yeah, guess what? We haven't been tied for 8 years. So
Yeah, exactly. So where we left off, I believe I was saying while you were looking down at your phone, horrified that you realized we were supposed to be on a different podcast. I was in the middle of saying like, you know what, Luann? There was my semen and your semen and his semen and their semen and semen everywhere. That's where we left off, is me saying semen 10 times in a row.
we're swapping semen. Yeah, who says swapping semen anymore? Am I right? I need you to check your earwax. Okay, you have an earwax. You've probably got semen wax in your ear, listening to the way you talk about semen. Your ear is probably guzzling it by the gallonful, Sonia.
It's probably true. So Sonia's like, listen, Dorinda doesn't remember saying it. She was on OnlyFans first, but everyone here seems to have a short memory. Just saying. And Dorinda's like, nah, I think that you've got a creative memory, okay? Hey, Kelly, by the way, you like your food? You like your food? Is it good? You like your hamburgers? So they're back to eating. Everything's like nice and happy. And Kristen's like,
Dorinda, though, is just so creepy. Like, listen, Dorinda's very funny. She's great on the show. I feel bad calling her creepy. I don't know why. We met her one time, and I'm like, oh, no, what if I see Dorinda? And she knows
she
I
was
called
wonderful
her. She won't
when we
know.
met
She ain't
her.
going to listen to this shit. Yeah, but still, Dorinda's creepy as fuck to sit next to. This is how Dorinda turns to Kelly at dinner, because Kelly and her had that good scene about 10 minutes ago. She just turns, and this is Kelly's face, okay, my fist, which is also huge. She goes like this. Hey, how's your dinner? Could you not be 1 inch from my face, lady? What the fuck? She's like cross-eyed and wasted, like, hey, you like your food? You like that? Vulnerable? Hey, is your steak vulnerable? I told you. You like that steak, medium. You know what? Don't pull the cow of it. Don't pull the cow of a tail. And don't pull the tail of a cow either. 'Cause you know what? If you do that, the cow's going to be mad. The steak's going to be tough. All right, my little vulnerable steak?
They call this cut the Kristen cut because it's been aged 8 years. Kelly's like, yeah, my dinner's good, and now your dinner's on my face. So Kristen's like,
so Dorinda,
are we good?
Go ahead, then.
Are we good?
About what?
Dorinda, are we good?
What are you talking about? About what?
About before?
Before what? Before what? Before Christ, BC, when you were not fired. That's when. This is before Christ. That one was fired.
Sonia's like, because you were fired. Kristen goes, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. Yeah, well, that's probably smart of you.
You know,
so
why don't you tell me how the burrata is? We're not talking about the burrata, Ramona. Yeah, we're still talking about being on pause and being fired. And Ramona's like, oh my God, really? Why are we doing this again? Nobody even knows that girl. Who is that girl? And why is she eating steak at our table? That's probably one of our steaks. Hey, waitress, please stop eating our food, okay?
It's very disrespectful. I know people do things in one thing that I've learned since Ebony K. Williams is people do things in different ways. And you know what? Maybe on this island, the waitresses sit at your table and eat with you, but that's not what I'm used to. So I wish this waitress would just leave me right now. It's like, I'm your cast member, Ramona, not the waitress.
And Luann's like, I just wish she didn't fan the flames. I mean, Kristen, she just keeps pushing the button. Pause, unpause, pause. It's the same button, okay? And she's like, oh, listen, after Sonia says, after 8 years of not being on television, I wouldn't fuck with Dorinda. I mean, that's really rough. You need more recent experience to fuck with Dorinda.
I love how the 8 years of not being on television disqualifies you from like having like confronting Dorinda about something. So Dorinda's like,
But
you
you
know
can't be
what?
Rusty and confront Dorinda.
You know what? I'm not interested. Okay, it's so dull. This is a non-story story. Okay, what do you want me to say? I'll say it so we can make it go away. Give me what you need me to say. I'll say it verbatim, and we can make it go away. What do you want me to say, Kristen?
I just want you to. Where's this coming from? Like, where is
You
this
know,
coming
you
from?
know where
I
it's
just
coming
don't.
from.
Like,
No,
I really don't. Like, what? What? Where is it coming from?
What?
I just don't
What?
get it.
What? Where
I'm
is it
just
coming
asking
from?
for good. Are we
I'm
good?
just asking for good.
Are we good?
Are we good?
Dorinda, are we good?
Are we good?
Oh my God,
Are we
this
good,
moment's so
Dorinda?
good. I'm gonna write the time code down for this moment because this is
I'm
gonna
gonna write
be
the time code
greatest.
down for this moment.
Hey,
This could be the moment, greatest moment.
oh, so are we repeating now? We're repeating.
So we're repeating now.
Oh, okay, Dorinda. Okay, then we're good,
Okay,
Dorinda.
Dorinda.
We're good.
Yeah, I think we're good, Dorinda.
Good. That was good. Hey, Dorinda, do you remember that time when you were on Housewives and you were repeating everything I said? That was hilarious.
Hey, Dorinda, do you remember that time when you were on Housewives and you were repeating everything I said? That was
Okay,
hilarious.
I got you. All right, I got you now.
Okay, I got you.
Good,
Okay, I
then
got you.
cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
So Kelly's like, I think what happened is Kristen has been watching all the past episodes because she's like, I mean, listen, she's like the Google of Housewives, guys. Okay. So like, listen, you do, right? Like, you know everything about all the seasons, right, Kristen?
Kristen's like, I just kind of know it. And then it's like 15 minutes earlier. So what were your favorite trips? Was it season 7 when you stayed at the Best Western by Wyndham Hills or whatever? Or was it season 8 when you were in an Airbnb? Was it season 9 when was that Cartagena? That was Cartagena, I think. I think you went to the stall that was called Esposito Farms. Is that correct? I'm just trying to remember.
I remember when we went to a tequila factory. Oh, the one that Bethany got really mad and tried not to let Ramona come to, and then Ramona had to cover her face with the towel. I mean, that was really a classic episode. Good job. I mean, yay tequila, am I right?
That was on the same road as the Casamigos tequila refinery, right? Okay. So she like
yeah,
obviously knows
she's
her
like
housewives.
coming up with all these little fun facts from it. And Lou's like, oh, and then there's the time we went to London. Oh my God, that was the season before me. That was great. Didn't Luann stay in a hotel because she got mad that she didn't get the room that she wanted? So she wanted to say, oh my God, you guys, that was so
upset.
good.
I was upset. How come you guys didn't mention Montana? No one liked that trip when we did some GPS geocaching? No one? No one? And they're like, ha, ha, ha. No.
Kelly's like,
So-
you know what? It's just like weird. It's just like weird that like someone's like researching us. I mean, what is that? It's just weird.
This is classic Kelly Ben Simone. Cool girl being like, you're a weird nerd. So it's like, I'm just like saying you have like an incredible wealth of knowledge, maybe not of money, and every episode that you were not on. And Kristen's like, but Kelly, a lot of people know this stuff. Like, let's be clear, a lot of people know. She's like, yeah, those are fans. And Ramona goes, you know what? We're an iconic show, Kelly.
We are pop icon, duh. And
icon.
Kristen's like, what are you calling me a fan? She goes, well, you are a fan. I mean, you are. Am I right, guys? Google of TV shows. She's a fan. Am I right? Weird, guys. Weird.
She's like, Kelly's intention of calling me a fan was like her way of trying to include herself in the conversation. And then Kelly's like, yeah, in season 4, episode 2, you did this. What were your thoughts? Like what? It's like throwing me off and like make me feel like I don't want to hang out with her and I can't be thrown off because I need to keep my feet on the ground. I'm very grounded.
So Kelly's like, you know what? Like, I don't know anything about you. Like, I don't know what your narrative is. You know, like, here's what I know. Weird. Okay. And like, you have 2 children or something like that. Weird and weirdo. Like, weirdo and weirdoer or something. And Kristen's like, I'm not saying, like, listen, I'm just saying, like, maybe it would be a help to you if you did some research about something once in a while. Maybe then you'd know who I am.
Kelly goes, no, because that's not authentic. Okay, I don't want to be like that. I think that's like one thing that made me outstanding for the short time I was on the show. I was a very real and always present. That is what made you outstanding.
Fucking Kelly. I love that Kelly for 1 second. I mean, they cannot even keep these facades up for 2 minutes with Kelly coming in like, you guys, I'm just like such a vulnerable person. Like, I'm just like such a real down to earth. You know what I love? Being grounded in high heels, but like on the ground. Like if high heels were on the ground, that's how I'd be. And then the next second, she's like, that's what makes me like the most amazing housewife. He's like,
That was
I don't
outstanding.
care who you are.
She's literally doing the Faye Dunaway thing. You ever hear that voicemail where Faye Dunaway like yells at the New York Times reporter about the profile or something like that? She's like, "Now, why didn't you mention me in the Two Jakes? I was fantastic in that movie. I mean, I did a wonderful job. Jack even called me up later and said, you were absolutely wonderful in that job. I mean, I was outstanding in that one." It's worth listening.
Sounds like Faye, you know?
Yeah,
So
if anyone's bored,
Kelly's
look
like,
up Faye Dunaway voicemails.
oh my God, there's so many good ones. Is there a recording of the Patti LuPone one where she's like, oh, when she got fired from Sunset Boulevard and she called and told off Andrew Lloyd Webber? Oh, God, I don't know. Someone told me about that once and I want to hear it so bad. I hear it in my head, but I think it's just because I'm delusional. I make things up. Like, how dare you? How could you do this to me? I'm everything for that show, Andy. Go on. I mean, sorry, Andrew Lloyd Webber. Different Andy. Let's get back to the show. None of that's here nor there. Ain't nobody here but us chickens. Ain't nobody here but us. Go ahead, Ben. Take it away. Take it away.
I just got distracted because I found a transcript of Faye Dunaway's. This is some of her voicemail. She says, you could put in some footage in of the Christopher Reeves movie, which I was brilliant in, and it was not well sold in this country. And you can talk about the Marlon Brando film that I was wonderful in, and all the positive things that, along with that period, that Marlon Brando film was going on at the same time, and that Andrew Lloyd Webber stupidity was going on, and you haven't even talked about that, for Christ's sake. Anyway, the point is, we love our divas.
Oh, yeah. You got to love them. I'm outstanding. That's the point. Fan.
That's what made me an outstanding housewife.
So Kelly's like, yeah, you know what? Like, I don't research because that makes people inauthentic. So I'm an authentic person and I don't research things. Okay. And she tells us, like, for me, it's like important to be real because, like, I'm already fake, like, here in my head, like, here in my boobs. So, I mean, come on, guys. That was really authentic of me to say.
That was actually an outstanding joke. I think that's the sort of joke that only an outstanding cast member can make after several years being off the show. So Sonia's like, I mean, talking to someone who is really real. I mean, because, like, I will fart on your leg if I love you, okay? And then, Kelly, you are not real and present.
Sonia, that's just gross. Okay? There's a difference between being real and just being a drunk pooping everywhere and, like, farting on people's legs. Okay? Please.
That's
be
true.
less real. Okay? Be faker.
Be real. Be real. So Kristen tells us, like, maybe you were too real and it was not interesting enough to have you stick around. I was like, I don't know. I don't feel like Kristen's in any position to say those sort of things, given that she lasted 2 seasons.
I don't think so. I mean, Kelly was pretty iconic. You know, people can say a lot about her, but it's not that she was boring, and that's why she got kicked off the show.
People remember Kristen, shit about Kelly, yeah.
She's like, it's not like I'm just sitting at home researching. It's just, yeah, but, like, you definitely did your homework. And you know who does that? Weird people. Like, who does that? Who does their homework? Like, I don't do that. It's so inauthentic.
Well, I have, like, a friend that was on an episode that, like, Dorinda was on, and she's talking about, of course, Brandy Glanville, and Dorinda goes,
Ramona.
"Oh yeah,
who's the friend? Who? Brandy.
Who was it?
Glanville. Who? What?
You know what? I'm so glad. I was worried this waitress who decided to eat dinner with us didn't have any friends, but she does. I thought the only reason why a waitress would actually sit and eat with her customers would be because she has no friends to eat with on her own. But it turns out she actually does have friends. Whoa.
So wait, who's the friend? It's Brandy. Oh, hi, Brandy. Nice to meet you. No, I'm Kristen.
I literally just said who my friend was, and you'd already replaced the first version you thought I was with Brandy.
I don't know, Kristen.
Sorry.
I'm right here. Where?
Where's Brandy? Where did Brandy go? So Dorinda's like, oh, yeah, Brandy. She was on the show, and she said you weren't on pause, you were fired. And I said, well, actually, no. Andy said to me on his radio show, which I was invited out to, how many radio shows have you been on to, Kristen? None? Okay. Well, Andy said on his radio show that we're going to put you on pause. So, sorry.
Kristen's like, the only reason I even watch that show is because I have a friend who's on it. Fan. You're a fan. Okay, you know what? You win. You know what we should all do? We should all cheers to Kristen. You know why? Because Kristen, you're right. All right, everybody, give a cheers to Kristen.
Cheers to Kristen. When is she going to actually join us here at this table? So
So Kristen's like, "Why are you getting so upset, Dorinda?" I'm not upset. Is she not upset, girls? I thought it was done. Now Kristen is doing like a gaslighty thing here, where she just keeps pushing Dorinda and then being like, "What?
And then she
Why
says
is she so
the only reason why she watched Girls Trip is because Brandy was on it. It's like, no, because you clearly watched the other Housewives, which I don't think there's any shame in that. But then don't start acting like you were so busy momming so hard that you just took some time out to support your friend on Girls Trip.
Right. So Luann's like, oh, this is giving me she's starting vibes, Cartagena vibes, which is funny because they're always trying to remember that time they were right about that fight that was like 90 years ago, you know? So then we see the clip of Dorinda drunk in Cartagena being like, you know what? You want to talk to me about it? At least I don't got a mugshot about it. You know who doesn't have mugshots? Rabbits with tails when they get their ears pulled. That's who. Don't pull a rabbit's ears, bitch. Right?
Kristen has no idea that she's rattled the cage, which apparently has a rabbit, a bear, a lion, a lizard, a pigeon, and some other sort of vague four-legged animal in it.
You pellet pooped, bitch. Okay, get out of my memory now, Dorinda. You're not invited in. All right, you vampire.
Why are you so obsessed with me? Girl, I wanna know. Why are you talking about this? Like, pick it up, you know what? Pick it up tomorrow at breakfast. I'll be a little bit more rested and a little bit more willing to entertain this bullshit, Kristen. And Kelly's like, Kristen asked a stupid question, and she's definitely gonna get a stupid answer. I mean, are we good? People warned me about this, Dorinda, and I love it, okay? If this is what I'm being warned about, I love it. I don't think, by the way, I don't think asking "Are we good?" is a stupid question. I think she's just trying to be like, "Hey, like, are we good?" Like after everything that happened today.
No, but Kelly has come in. She's picked Dorinda as her fighter. She knows being around these ladies, it's a no-win battle. Once she tries to go up against them all, she can't do that. So she needs a fighter on her side, and the fighter has entered the building. Unfortunately, this is a very unreliable fighter, and it can come back on you at any moment. So good luck. Good luck with that weapon.
Yes.
So
and that's what Bethany was. By the way, Bethany was in Kristen's shoes on season 2 of Housewives. Bethany was like the single one who was just sort of scrappy, living in a small apartment. At that time, everyone else was married, or Kelly was living this fabulous life in the Hamptons with like the all these people she met through Gilles Ben Simon and all that. And Bethany was just like this she was like the unpopular kid at school in some ways, and Kelly was like, gross, like you're just weird. You're weird to me. So This is like a habit for Kelly.
Yeah, that's tricks. It's tricks for kids. So Kristen's like, Dorinda, none of this is that huge. I don't even know why you're upset. I mean, pause. And Dorinda's like, oh, stop it. Do you mean pause, Dorinda? I mean, I just don't know why you're so upset. Why don't you just pause? Are you sure you want to stop? You better shut the fuck up. You better shut the fuck up. You better not try an unspotted giraffe. All right, you bitch. And so she goes, oh, so when was your favorite time? And when was your favorite moment, Kristen, in the 8 years that you've been off the show? Huh? What is that? Because what you said about me is so DULL. Okay, so do you want me to respond? Listen, here's my response. Eagles don't fly with pigeons.
Kristen's like, could somebody back me up? Eagles don't fly with pigeons, so get your breadcrumbs and get back to me tomorrow, okay? Because guess what? Luann's not the only one who can promote the next story time.
And Ramona's like, whoa, you know what? That is so good. I need to write that one down. What'd you say?
Write it down into my
Eagles
phone.
don't fly with brandies?
Eagles? Eagles on pigeons fly nowhere together, okay? Get your breadcrumbs because there's an eagle coming in, so pigeons not allowed. Is that what she said?
You just want to Google it, okay? What'd you say? Pigeons, eagles, bread. Oh, look, it just came up with a picture of Avery. She's very old. All right, everybody, look.
Look, there's an eagle that's not even willing to eat bread from Avery because it's so scared by her old age looks. Whoa.
Well, you know what? A pigeon one time landed on Avery and it got very scared because it thought it landed on a scarecrow. Okay? I've never seen a pigeon run so fast.
Whoa, this eagle's really scary and it's holding a ring and hunching over it. Oh, it says Smeagol. Whoa, that's crazy.
So, Dorinda's like, you know what? I don't even know what it was. Because Sonia's trying to Google it now, too. She's, I don't even know what I said. I never know. They just come out of me. And guess what? TM, trademark, bitch. How many trademarks do you have? Did they even have trademarks 8 years ago when you got fired? I don't know about that. I think so.
And Sonia's also trying to look it up. She goes, okay, what was it again? Pigeons don't fly with, wait, what was it? If you lie with dogs, you get crumbs. And the Luann's like, fleas. If you lie with dogs, you get fleas. Trust me. After one night with Tomas, you learn this the hard way.
And Dorinda's like, stop. Just stop it. She goes, oh, you know what? Pigeons don't fly with doves. I think that's it. And Dorinda's like, what if I started here? And we
Kind
just
of
cut
a-
from this wacky sitcom.
But kind of also an amazing way to end the episode because it's like a fight about they're fighting about their time on the show, which is very meta, and it's like it's like gets back to I feel like the first season of House of Girls Trip where they were sort of dealing with what it's like to be on the show, and like here, and it's also combining the second season about being exes on the show, ex housewives, and here they're like meditating and fighting over like what does it mean to like no longer be on the show? What can you brag about? What can you not brag about? Like fan, not fan, all this very, very meta stuff. And then Dorinda says something and then they stop. Everyone just stops because they're like, oh my God, this is like a saying. This could be a moment. This could be an internet moment. Like this could be a relevant moment for us, all of us fired people. We have a moment of relevancy and like who can be first to get it onto a t-shirt. It's like kind of brilliant TV.
Oh gosh. Well, that is Dorinda.
You're like,
you know,
nah.
she's like she trademarks all of her stuff and like gets it, which you know, as you should. But remember, once she started doing that, she would just always try to come up with some new phrase, and that's just why she's doing it. She's still trying to do it. It's like they're not necessarily coming natural, so she's just flirting out whatever. You know what? Don't give presents to a present because you know why? Presents don't have arms and they can't open presents. So then you're just wasting a present. You know what I'm saying? So you better go back to your playpen. You goddamn cow of a little girl. All right? That's just how it goes. Like what? It's like how's that going to fit on a coffee cup?
Small font. You make the
All right,
font
everybody.
as large as Kristen's time on the Housewives. Okay? Very, very, very small.
All right,
So,
everybody. That brings
was
us
fun.
to the end of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Come back. There will be more. We don't know how much, if it's every episode, if it's going to be some of the episodes, if we're going to do it sometimes, if we're going to do it. We don't know. Bravo's really loading it up. They're loading up these potatoes.
Our schedule is really packed right now, but our plan is to release more recaps of this show during Christmas week. We're going to pre-record them and get them out then. So, just have some patience with us in terms of getting those recaps up. We will have them. We love making fun of these ladies. So thanks for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.